Matcha down, headphones on, and mic check. All right. Mic check. Khaled, before we just dive in, let's just do our, whatever this is, cheers. Sip and then spill. The final time we are doing the matcha cheers for season 1.
Cheers to season 1.
Cheers to season 1. And you know what?
I think we have to let everybody know
What just happened. Shooketh is the name of the game right now. We just finished filming, actually, the season finale. And when we went to check the video,
Well, the audio.
the audio,
There was no audio.
there was no audio.
I failed you as a producer.
No, you did not. This could have not. And it's never happened before, apparently.
Never.
So this is Spill the Matcha season finale take 2.
Yeah. But you know what? We take it into our stride and
Exactly.
we move on.
Had we not been the people that we are, we'd be making emotional, nervous
Yes.
breakdowns right now. But we move. We move. And the sage came out.
The sage was
the
out. I've been
sage
calling
came
it
out.
since day one.
Well, you know what? Today was the day. I saged the mics, the headphones, your mics, your headphones. I saged the computer.
Saved me.
I saged Khaled. I saged myself. Everything's been saged. So this will work. All right, everyone. It is the season finale of season 1. And I need to just take a moment to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to every single person who has been here since day 1 and has been sending the fire content my way, because without you guys, there wouldn't be this podcast. You guys have been really driving my ideas, driving my creativity, my thoughts and everything. And what better way to finish season 1 than to have you guys create the content with me?
Definitely.
So I wanted you guys a part of this process because you've been a part of my journey. So we're going to dive into this
Let's get into the questions.
second
We
time.
move on. We roll forward.
We move. All right. So the first one actually isn't a question. It's a compliment. And it's loved your content. Keep it up. So thank you so much for that. Needed to hear that. And I really, really appreciate it. And more content to come. Don't worry. So the next one is actually a question.
Yes. Hit me.
If you are to pick one job between everything you do now, which one would it be?
Ooh.
Yes. So,
Be careful.
yes, because Khaled's here. Actually, okay, so I am very grateful for all the opportunities I have, and I love being at the jobs that I'm at right now. But when I imagine myself where I want to be, where I hopefully will be one day, I have a dream. And I've actually shared this dream with only like a handful of people, but I'm going to put it out there because you never know who's listening.
You need to.
And I'm going to put it out there in the universe because that's how we
Make it
manifest,
a
right?
reality.
Exactly. I want to make this a reality. And I actually want to open up my own matcha cafe.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. So I'm really like, this is what I've been thinking about. This
What
is
you're passionate about.
I love matcha. I mean, if you haven't noticed, she loves her matcha.
Back to take one, Adele. I was also just saying how much you've converted me to somebody that really loves matcha.
Exactly. So we started season 1 with him comparing matcha to swamp water. And now he's out here being like, I'm on board.
Kind of like this, yeah.
He likes
I kind
it.
of like it.
He likes it. Matcha fam. We converted one. There's one, the extra one in our tribe now.
Exactly.
Welcome to the matcha cult.
You're welcome.
The matcha
I'm
cult.
welcome. I
Yes,
don't know.
you are welcome. Now you have redeemed yourself. 9 episodes of drinking matcha with me.
Matcha. What is it? Matcha
Blend.
blend.
Exactly.
Matcha blend.
Exactly. He loves the matcha blend. So when I have my matcha cafe,
When you have your matcha
when I have
cafe.
my matcha cafe, there will be a matcha blend just for you, Khaled.
And it's going to be named after me. This is my request.
Keeping Up with Khaled is going to be the
That's it.
name of this matcha blend.
And
Deal?
Yeah, and it's going to be like some crazy, it's going to give you like a buzz. You can go
Exactly.
to the gym before it.
You're going to be ready to hit a workout
Yeah,
after this
exactly.
matcha. So it's going to be some juju juice in there as well.
So when Adele opens her matcha cafe, because you're so passionate about it,
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be one at least.
Definitely.
I know I asked you for like my photo on the wall or something, but like we'll talk about
Off air. We'll negotiate the terms off air. But yeah, this is what I would love to do. Love to bring a place where people can go vibe, chill, work, but somewhere where they feel welcomed. So like creating a community there and having people just come in, and I want to know the people. I want to be there. I want people not to wonder who's the owner of this place. It's like, no, you know who the owner is because you're going to see me there like every single day. So that is what I would love to do.
For the people.
For the people. By the people, for the people,
Exactly.
right? So, next question. If money wasn't an issue, where would you love to live for the rest of your life? Which city?
Well,
So,
we've both lived in different places around the world.
we have. We've kind of hopped around and experienced different countries, and I love where I've been. I love where I've lived, and I definitely really enjoy being in Qatar. But if money wasn't an issue and I could live anywhere in the world, I would like to be a nomad. I would like to see the world. I would like to experience winter in one country, spring in another country, summer in another country, fall. Just there's so much to see in this world. Like I don't want to live in one place.
Yeah.
I want to experience it all. I'm one of those people that have FOMO when it comes to traveling. I'm like, there's so much to see. There's so little time, like, you know? And so it's just one of those things where I would love to live everywhere. I would love just to be a nomad, so to speak, and just like travel the world and just be everywhere.
Miss Universe answer.
Yes, obviously. Obvious. I mean, but it's true. I would. I really would.
All right, let me be more specific with this question.
Okay.
If you had to choose one city, where would it be?
Okay. So one of the places that I would love to go visit, even because I haven't been there before, but to live, but I've heard so many beautiful things and I've seen so many beautiful things, would be Bali. Bali, something beckons me to Bali. And it is definitely because I am into yoga, and I know that there's a huge yoga culture there. There's a huge like a meditating culture over there. I feel like they're very connected to the earth.
Yes.
Over there. It's just they're eating
the jungle vibes, everything's organic.
And it's not just a jungle, there's a beach there too. Like I like a body of water. I would love to live near a body of water. And because I am a water sign, I'm a Pisces. So it calls to me. But also because there is a health culture there too. There's a fitness culture there too. And I love to be part of that. And it just happens so easily and organically there that I just want to be part of that. So if I had to choose one place, I am curious. I do have a plan, hopefully, to go to Bali and make a visit there. And then who knows? Maybe I'll find my soul there.
How about a matcha place in Bali? Oh, we're combining things now.
Stop it. Say less.
I've now opened up a new can of worms.
Adele's mind has just opened up a new door. You can't shut that down.
It's good. See? Yeah, see what I did
I
there?
like that.
See
I like that. What about you, Khaled?
Like yourself, like I've the last 10 years been a nomad.
Yes.
Physically been a nomad. I've never stayed in the same place for more than 2 to 3 years. And that time that I was in one place for 2 to 3 years was not my choice. It was over COVID and stuff. But, I love to give the Miss Universe answer too and say that I'd just love to chase the sun and chase experiences.
Yeah.
And because I've grown up in Sydney and I've always been having that outdoor culture, I really love to do outdoor things and be connected to the earth in different aspects, winter, summer, spring, whatever it may be. But I have to say, when I'm going to not give the Miss Universe answer and say, okay, I'm not just going to chase the sun, I have to choose one place. I really love it here in Qatar. Yeah. I really love it here. I really, feel like my feet are on the ground. I feel like I'm connected. I feel like I'm spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically in a good place. So, yeah, Qatar. But I must say that Danish summer, the summer in Copenhagen, is to die for.
Okay. So, then we got to put that on the places to see in summertime.
So, having lived there over the summer and seeing how it is, but now that I'm living in Doha, I just feel at peace.
Amazing. We made a Qatari out of him. All right. So next one is actually a good one. Really, really good. proudest moment versus biggest regret.
Damn.
Okay, so this is...
We've had time.
Yes, to think this through now. So my personal way of thinking about proud moments has been every time in my life where I've been taken out of my comfort zone and I feel like there's this growth that has happened, like something that I was maybe afraid to do or didn't think I could do, and I did it. That's been a proud moment of my life. But when I think of the proudest moment of my life, it is the day I became a mom.
100%. I knew that would take the cake.
That was the most humbling, transformative, beautiful, hardest moment of my life, because most rewarding. But I was reborn that day. The day my two daughters were born, I was reborn. I was born. I was born when they were born, because that was my birthday as a mother.
What are the chances?
That's my birthday. The day Adele became a mom were the two dates that my girls were born, and it was I was a new person, and it took me out of my comfort zone, again with the comfort zones, and it just fulfilled me in a way that I've never felt in my life, and it fills my cup. Like, these girls fill my cup to the brim, and I couldn't imagine life without them. So that's definitely the proudest moment of my life. Biggest regret, this is a Miss Universe answer, because I have realized that regret is something that is it's very heavy to hold on to. And yes, life isn't full of all the happy moments, but I always believe that life is lessons and blessings. And some lessons were blessings at one point, but they just ran their course. I don't want to live with regret. I don't. So I have this thing that I practice, that when I begin to like look at the thing as like something that happened in my life in a negative way, I'm just like, what did it teach you? And then that is the lesson that I get to take away from this moment in my life. So I don't want to hold on to regret. That is something that I consciously make an effort not to do in my life. So no, do I have regrets? No. Everything has brought me closer to where I am in life. Every step, whether it might have looked like one that was back, but it was actually catapulting me forward. It's the redirection that you got to trust, right?
Yeah, when they say one door closes, another door opens.
But no, sometimes it's a million
doors open.
There's a million other doors. So don't focus on the one that's closed.
Exactly, yeah.
Either kick it down or move on. That's my philosophy. What about you?
I share that same subject of regret. It's like, I've never really regretted something because I've never been the type of person to overthink or overplan.
Okay.
And I just, whatever I felt at the time, no matter who disagreed with it, I just said to myself, do it. Do it now, because everything else you can make up for. You can make more money. You can,
of course,
go back to studying. You can do all of these things, but you're never going to be able to relive an experience.
True.
So I was like, always been that type to just go against everyone's advice.
Yeah.
No matter how sound it was, and just take it into my stride and say, no, you know what? I'm going to do this. So again, with the Miss Universe answers.
But if I were to say one thing that I do regret is sometimes I didn't do it earlier. I didn't do it sooner. It's just, I wish I had known better so I could do better, kind of thing. But I mean, like we said, lessons. But
like our mobility.
I mean, I'm like CrossFit. Like, who thought it was a good idea to start CrossFit in their 30s? I don't know. My body's like, who do you think you are? It's like, I look like I'm in my 20s, but my body reminds me every day that you're in your 30s, girl. So slow down. I wish I had started sooner. And some things in life, I wish I would have had the courage to start without a plan.
Yeah.
We plan things out, and we're just like, when the time is right, and there's no perfect timing. No. Just do it, basically. So that's
important, to be a beginner again.
It is.
And humble yourself.
It really, really is. So
you're never too late. You're never too old. You can pick up a new skill. You can learn a new language. You can do all of these things. There's no time restriction
100%
to anything.
Proudest moment?
Proudest moment, like I said, similar to yourself, it's definitely has to do with my niece being born, which really changed me as a human and as a man, and it taught me responsibility. It taught me like there's another human being that looks up to you now.
How fast did you grow up when she was born?
Well, I would say like almost instantly, and then over the years as I see her grow, I also have to continue growing, but be mindful that be yourself and be authentic and still be that child at heart, which I always am, which really creates a good bond between us.
Do you feel protective?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm definitely like, like who was it? 50 Cent in that movie when
it's like the bouncer in the back.
And then there's just all the boys are in the side.
Yes. I can imagine that scene happening actually. All right, so this is a light one. Do you have a middle name? So I actually do. It is Mary. So you did tell me that once. My full name is actually Adele Mary Soup. And you, Khaled?
I'm going to blow your mind right now.
Yeah?
But, I got a little bit of a stitch up from my dad because in our culture, we put our father's name before our name. So Khaled is actually my middle name. And,
wild.
My full name is Shah Muhammad Khalid Ali Bokus. So you're in presence of a king. Shah means king, guys.
In Persian, correct?
Yeah, Persian, exactly.
Oh.
In a few other languages too.
And a lot, there are, but like
King
Khalid, basically, is
it's
what you're
catchy, right?
It's
so from now on, Your Highness, thank you.
Who does this guy think he is? Oh my God. I regret this question now. He's never going to live this down, guys. He's going to be like, excuse me, it's after your sentence is Your Majesty.
Yes, that's correct.
We've created an animal. Okay, here we go. Last thing you Googled.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy, Adele?
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's still funny no matter how many times.
Last thing you Googled, Khaled.
The last thing I Googled, ophthalmology.
The randomest. Okay, so why are you Googling ophthalmology?
So I was having a conversation with somebody and they were specializing in ophthalmology. And I wanted to delve deeper into the,
what does that mean?
Yeah, the precise meaning of what ophthalmology is. And I was curious. I wanted to know more about it. And it's thought stimulating. So I was like, ophthalmology.
Ophthalmology. Mine is Cardi B acceptance speech.
Oh my goodness.
Because I needed to put some haters in their place. And she has the most fire acceptance speech thanking her haters. So I was like, it's a day for it. It was a day for it.
Cardi B. Cardi B.
Gotta love some Cardi. She crazy.
I want everyone to go out there and just check their Google thing and just have a laugh to yourself.
Put it in the comments. Yeah. What was the last thing you Googled?
Yeah,
let's see what it is. Exactly. All right. Biggest red flags.
Ooh. Biggest red flags.
Let's not make it a list.
Yeah. Let's just choose one.
We choose the biggest red flag for us.
I've got a good one.
Okay.
And it's definitely something to me that once I've witnessed it, I can't go back. And I think it's a lot of people that agree with this one.
Okay.
And it's like being rude to a waiter or being rude to another human being in my presence and showing how that was just you. It's not something I can you can't recover from that, because I've just seen this side of you. And no matter what you do or say, it's almost like that was your authentic self. And I can't look past it.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's check, please. Let me get out of here.
Have you ever done that?
Walked out. Yeah, I have actually. Different circumstance. It wasn't because they were rude.
Okay, but other reasons.
Yeah. But I have done that. But like I've been in situations where I've been in a group setting.
Yeah.
And it's made me really uncomfortable because of how a certain individual has been treating the waiter. And it's like sometimes you can call it out and sometimes you can't, but you always go by how you feel.
Yes.
I feel like there's been moments where I've been like, this makes me feel sick inside.
Yeah.
And I
it's
can't
not a good feeling.
No, like you want to apologize on their behalf.
Exactly.
Even though it is embarrassing. And, whenever you feel that way, I think you should just remove yourself from the situation or just identify it in a way where you can be like, I don't want to be here again.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
That's a big one. Mine my biggest red flag actually would be anger. Okay. So when I see how someone gets angry and it gets violent, that's where I'm just
how they can't control their
yes,
anger,
like if it's like a raging bull, like I'm just, that frightens me, because if that's how they react, it will one day make its way towards me.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying for me. Like that is something that's just like, if I see that you get, first of all, something small could trigger you that much.
Imagine if it was
something big. Like it's like when if a guy is just like, oh, I'm gonna mess him up. I'm like, dude, why? Like, sit down. Control yourself. Yeah. We're not animals, you know? Like, it's just, that is something that worries me, and I don't like being in the presence of someone who has like no fuse. You can like, people have fuses, right? I need a long fuse, and it's not like I'm gonna try to make it shorter and shorter and shorter, but like, I cannot deal with people who have this inside person, and all of a sudden they like black out and they don't know what just happened, and then they're apologizing, and I'm just kind of like, I can't unsee that either.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag.
It's definitely a red flag, because it's sort of an indication of what could possibly happen
if you're mad at me, or if you're mad at someone like around us, and it's just embarrassing to be around that, you know? So that would be a red flag.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, do not be toxic, and and be those people that are like, oh, I see a red flag and I want to see how red it can get. Okay,
let me push this button as hard as
it's like, let's not do that. Let's not play with fire and then like be like, oh, I got burned out. What was me? It's like, you saw it.
Yeah.
And you chose to ignore it.
And you tested it.
Let's not go there.
Or don't try to test
someone's red flag.
Yeah. Test and change.
Yeah.
People that try to change. People like, no, but I can change him. Or I can change her.
Yeah.
No, honey. Red flag.
No, that is a red flag. That's a red flag. And that the fact that they're even bringing this out in you is a red flag. So we're not bulls. We're not looking at the matadors and being like, here's a red flag, go that way.
So we ended up doing a list. It's all right.
Yeah, no, it's only one and two.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we could go on about this. Though,
yeah, and it's very subjective. Each person has their own red flags, but these are Adele and Khaled's red
the ones
flags
that stand out.
Yeah, for us. Are you judgmental?
Ooh, great questions.
I love this question.
Great questions.
I love this question, because if I want to be self-righteous, can easily be
Miss Universe.
Of course,
yeah,
of course not. Me, never. No, let's be real and let's be authentic. There are moments where I catch myself judging someone, whether it's something I've heard about this person from other people, or if it's like a first impression. And then what I've learned to do with practice is to catch myself, because the knee-jerk reaction would be like, no. But then for me, I'm just like, whoa, hold on. What are you judging in this person? Why is this person triggering you? Why is this person bringing out this person in you? What's happening here?
It's often a reflection
of myself.
Yourself, right?
Exactly. What is happening here? And then I need to be honest with myself. And listen, there are some people that I'm not going to vibe with.
No.
Okay. They're just not my cup of tea. And I don't want to be everyone's cup of tea. And not everyone needs to be my cup of tea either. Like, this is not being authentic. But when I do catch myself judging other people, that's me I need to work on. Okay. And then I also categorize these people. Like, obviously not everyone in your life has to be just so close to you and know everything about you. Keep them at an arm's length. And then if they prove to you that this is something that I cannot live with, or I cannot be around, and this is not the energy I want in my life, arm's length. I don't need to judge you. This is how you live your life. This is your choice of your living. Who am I to judge you? Yeah. Just because it looks different than mine, or it doesn't align with what I think is right.
It's kind of natural human behavior to have a predisposition of somebody and judge them.
Exactly.
But it doesn't mean that you don't give them a chance and a shot to prove themselves, only because you're judging them based on things that you have seen or you have heard.
Exactly.
But you haven't given them an opportunity. If they prove you right, however, about everything that was said,
exactly,
that's fine. You have to make a sort of judgment pre-meeting anybody, but not allowing them to give you an opportunity to see who they really are.
It's not fair.
And that's not fair. So I guess in some sense, you have to judge.
Yeah.
In order to protect yourself and in order to prepare yourself. But at the same time, you don't take away the opportunity for that person to breathe and show you who they really are. So,
true. That's fair. That's fair. Are you ready
so
for
we're judgmental.
This one. The worst date you've ever been on.
Oh, no. What's dating?
What is that? This day and age? What is this? The worst date I've ever been on. Like every good Lebanese ethnic girl, Middle Eastern girl, I lied through my teeth to go on dates. Like, we're not allowed to date. We're not. Are you kidding? You're supposed to be a good girl. You don't date anyone until it's time for you to get married. So my parents, God bless them, have lived long, happy lives because they did not need to know
what was going on,
who their girl was dating. And in all fairness, let's be honest, do they need to know? Because
I guess
they don't need to meet every single guy, you know. It's just like, I mean, no. But it's just, I was the good Lebanese daughter. So I'm out here with my friends texting, guys. All right, so I'm out. I'm at your house, or we're at this restaurant. Movie night, like with the girls. Who are you going out with, Adele? The girls. Okay, and
around the corner.
No, but let me tell you something. I used to have a big purse. I used to have different change of clothes. I used to change my clothes. I did
the quick change.
I did the quick change, just so I could be like date worthy.
Oh my goodness!
But the worst date. I mean, shout out to
the boys.
Shout out to the boys. You did not disappoint this girl. I had gentlemen. I had guys who put in effort.
That's good.
At least on the first date. After that, I was kind of like,
downhill from there.
Like, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's done. But at least for the dating part of it, it was good. You guys did good. You guys did really, really
awesome.
good. I can't complain. Girl cannot complain. Khaled.
Okay.
Tell me.
This gun's gonna wow you.
Oh, it's gonna wow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was because I thought of it and now it's coming back to me.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I suppressed this memory. Thanks, Adele. Now you've brought it back up.
That's what we do here.
So your boy made a big mistake. So he was taking someone out on a date for their birthday, which happened to be the same birthday as mine. So I never really got my own birthday. It was all about them, right? And we were...
I feel a little bit of hurt there.
Yeah. So I'd organized a dinner and everything.
Okay.
And we're getting ready for the dinner.
Okay.
And your boy here said, "Oh, is that what you're going to wear?"
I am not okay.
It ended up being... Look, man, it was like, it was a dress, it was florally, I don't know. I made a mistake. I made an error.
My face says it all.
I made an error.
You never, ever comment on what a girl is wearing, especially your girlfriend.
Yeah, and I may have worded that differently. And
was it ruder?
No, it was that way, but I think it was the delivery that I was wrong with. And anyway, turned out to be the worst day ever. Worst birthday. Worst date.
You ruined her entire birthday.
Well, she ruined my entire birthday
Just
for
by being born.
Being born on the same day I was born.
You were born. How dare you be born? Can we just talk? Don't date someone who has the same birthday as you.
I know, guys.
And girls.
Yeah. You know, this whole star sign thing, I think I'm going to start asking just for that reason. Like, wait, what date? What year? It was the same day on the same year.
And then you message me.
And
it's like, what does this mean?
Kid, and I was a kid, so I was like, man, maybe this is a sign.
This is a sign to get out of there.
No, have your own birthday, have your own time, have separate birthdays, have separate celebrations. You need a day for you, man. I already share my birthday with like Christmas and stuff, so it's like I already miss out. So can you at least give me this one?
He shares his birthday with Jesus. It's over. It's over. You're done.
Damn.
You're done.
Is that blasphemy?
Speaking of Jesus, do you believe in God?
That's the next question. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Do I believe in God?
Do you believe in God, Adele?
I believe in a higher power. That's the bottom line. What I choose to call him or her, I'll call him God. I'll call him Spirit. I'll call him Mother Nature. I'll call the universe. I mean, I'll call her or him, whatever I feel good about. But I do believe that there is a higher power. I do believe that, I pray. When it's good, I pray more. When it's hard, I pray as well. So it's just one of those things, like, I'm grateful, and obviously there is a higher power that's aligning me and taking me towards all my dreams and blessing me. So why not thank it? There are too many moments in my life that have been
too much of a coincidence.
Too much,
right?
not even a coincidence. It's just these breathtaking moments where it's like, there is a creator.
Yeah.
This is not an accident.
Exactly.
This is not an accident. Maybe it's called the higher conscious, whatever it is.
I think that just having the belief that there is something greater than yourself
100%
is important. What you want to call it is definitely up to you. And it's very, it's an individual sort of decision that you want to make. But just having that belief that there's something greater than yourself in control,
of course,
allows you to let go.
Yeah.
And also allows you to be grateful and recognize that whatever happens in your life, there's a purpose for it.
Exactly.
And there's something greater in store for you.
It gives you a trust.
You don't understand the wisdom, but there is wisdom in it.
Yes.
Just like what happened to us right now.
Exactly.
I purely believe that if whatever happened didn't happen, and we didn't have this mentality in the fact that, okay, everything happens for a reason, and maybe we don't comprehend that reason right now, but there is a reason.
Yes.
So there is a purpose as to why we have to do this the way it is.
I agree.
We fully accept it and fully move on with it, as opposed to not having a belief in a greater purpose, which will then inadvertently shape us to not having a good moral compass.
Exactly.
And not being able to live our lives in peace and tranquility and be grateful and be kind. And everything that we do, we direct in the right direction. So I feel like it's a big testament to both of our characters to have a belief in something.
Definitely.
Because we wouldn't be so positive even in the negative situation.
We find the positive in the negative situation. Right away, you know how fast it was.
Yeah, we just like,
all right.
It was the laughing matter.
Exactly. This one's a comment. You a homie. Thanks.
Thanks, homie.
You a homie too. Whoever you are. Next one. Is the earth flat? You know what? Satellite images.
I mean, I've seen enough proof, but prove us wrong. Whoever you are, prove us wrong.
Who knows? I haven't been to space. I would love to live on the moon.
Places to move to?
Listen, Elon Musk. Dear
Elon
Musk, I will be the first person. You know how they sent monkeys to the moon? I'll be your monkey. Send me to the moon. And can I tell you something? When I imagine the moon as maybe like a place to live, you know what I want it to be?
What?
I want it to be so exclusive. The moon people need to be a different breed of people. Okay. No, but you know why? Because whoever doesn't fit the bill, you are banished to Earth.
Yeah.
That's where you
the rest of your living days.
We have already messed up the planet, right? I don't want to do the same thing over and over again not on a different place, on the moon.
On the moon. Yeah.
Have we learned nothing? So the moment it begins to feel earthy,
some guy tries to industrialize the moon. Get out.
That's what Earth is for. You want to have money? Downstairs you go. It's the first rocket ship downstairs. This is what I would imagine the moon to be.
Yeah, right.
You want to be a moon child? You want to be a moon man, a moon woman? You got to be connected. Yeah.
There must be a prerequisite.
There is.
Before going to the moon. Like
Elon Musk, I will write the prerequisites for you. Who knows what I'm manifesting right now?
Who knows?
Okay.
I mean, he's almost there, man. He's doing some crazy stuff. So
I'm your girl.
Shout out to Elon.
Shout out. So this one's actually very personal.
Okay.
Adele, how come you don't post anything about your girls anymore? I've followed you from the very beginning and would look forward to those posts, although I still love everything you post. First, Thank you so much for being with me since day one. This is a day oneer. So I've had this account for 5 years. 5 years. And actually, I started this account when I got pregnant.
When you got pregnant?
Because I was still working out while I was pregnant, and my username was That Fit Mama. And I wanted to empower women.
Before you were even a mama.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because I was going to be a future mama. So like I was already pregnant, I had the belly. But I wanted to empower women to know that they can still move and work out, of course, with the clearance of a doctor, which is what my case was. Even when you're pregnant, it doesn't end just because you were pregnant. If it's a healthy pregnancy, I wanted to empower women, you know? And then I started talking, once I gave birth, about my motherhood journey and about balance and about still finding the time for me while still juggling being a mother. So all my content was about my family and my girls and everything. Everything was just very heavy on which was the chapter that I was in my life. However, now my girls are growing. And there's a lot on the internet right now that I'm not really feeling comfortable with. And I'm okay with putting myself out there because that's my choice. But my girls don't have a choice. I'm not asking them permission to post things, and that's not okay. Also, some people will hate on the things that I'm posting, and I'm okay with that. But do not come near my family because I will rip your head off. So that's a red line that I don't even want anyone to think that they can cross. Yeah. So when I start sharing or posting, I'm almost giving people permission to come into this place in my life, and it's a private place. Yeah. People who know me, I post maybe a minimum of 20 times a day on my stories. I post all day. You have no idea what's happening in my private life. Yeah. And I like to keep it that way. And sometimes I will share stories of my girls, like snippets of my day with them or a moment that I really cherish. But that's not what I want to.
Still in protective mama bear.
I am very, mama bear comes out. Don't test me. Yeah. Do not test me. I have the longest fuse. My fuse never ends, but it cuts straight to explosion mode if you come near my girls. So this is why I like to keep that part separate now, and I like to share other things that are happening in my life that are also, going on, and they're authentic as well. Definitely. So thank you so much for being here with me and staying it's around. Yes, day one. That's mind-boggling. I love that. So here's another one that we had. Where are your parents from?
Oh,
Lebanese. I was born and raised in Lebanon. In LA. Was not born and raised in Lebanon. I was born and raised in LA, but both my parents are Lebanese. Yeah. And I really want to take a moment to really say how much I appreciate the bravery and courage my parents had to start all over again, leave their country, go to a country they know nothing about, and decide that they want to give their family, their future children, a life. Because I know that many of my opportunities come because I was born and raised in America. So shout out to the parents. Thank you so much for that. And so I was born and raised in LA, and they instilled in me Lebanese culture, Lebanese values, the language. They never let me let go of that. And that's something I'm also grateful for. So I'm in Qatar now as a fluent English speaker and a pretty good Arabic speaker.
I needed that. Yeah,
we're in the gym and I'm like heading out, and Khaled's like, "Come here.
I need you, Adele.
Now translator." And it's so great because I can understand, I can communicate. So, and that's something in Arabic's a very hard language to pick up at a later age in life. So I'm very happy that was my mother tongue and that I learned it at such a young age.
Isn't it strange though when your Lebanese nationality is Lebanese, but you grew up in LA, so you're in this in-between sort of limbo zone where you don't really know what you're connected to.
Because when I was growing up in LA, a lot of my Lebanese friends also would resonate with this. We never felt like we belonged. Yeah. Our food was different. Our weekends looked different. Our culture was different. Everything was different. LA. But I'm in LA. Yeah. And we're trying to fit into LA without losing the identity of being Lebanese. And our parents are just like so terrified of us losing our identity. So they're like instilling it in us and everything. And it's just like, I don't belong here. So in my mind, I was like, I belong in Lebanon. So when I moved to Lebanon, I was waiting for this moment where I'm like, I'm here. I've arrived. I will feel like I belong. And I lived there for 10 years.
Wow, 10 years.
10 years of my life, I lived in Lebanon. And I will be very honest with you, I did not feel like I belonged.
No.
People's mentality is different. And it's not to say that's wrong. It's just
the way
different.
they've always been.
And it's I couldn't connect with people as much as I tried. There was no connection. I didn't make friends. It was actually hard for me to make solid connections because everyone was looking at me like, what you do? What you think this way? What? Like, and the language barrier was also a very difficult thing because I'll tell you something. I think in English and I can express myself in English so fluently. My personality comes out in English, but everyone who's heard me speak Arabic, they're like, you have no personality. I flatline because I'm trying to translate in my mind.
And then speak at the same time.
You can't translate a personality or a character. My character is in English.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult, like bonding. And it's hard. It's really hard. Like, and then you just kind of feel like, that was not it.
I feel like it's also sad when people lose their culture.
Yeah.
And they lose those parts of them.
Exactly.
So it's very important to take the good, like the food, the culture,
of course.
The language. All of these things are so important. And it's sad to see when people let go of those things or don't work hard to keep a part of their culture and their nationality, because it's something to be very proud about and something important to hold on to. So it's always sad to see that gone. But again, like I said, we're like this in-between limbo zone where we don't really know.
Because you've also had that experience.
Yeah, I mean, my parents are from Mauritius.
Yeah. But
I was born in Sydney. So it's like
similar.
I am born and bred in Sydney, and I don't have that same connection with Mauritius, even though I know it's the roots from where my parents are from and my ancestors and whatnot. But at the same time, I don't have the same connection that my cousin, for example, who lived there until he was 17, then he moved to the UK.
It's different.
And he always wants to go back to Mauritius. And I'm like, yeah, Mauritius is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the beach there and stuff, but he has a different relationship with that. So
Definitely.
I think like that always comes through. But I was lucky enough that my parents taught me how to speak Creole, but again, it's different because my personality is in English.
Exactly.
So when I try to speak Creole and then express myself, it's always going to be different, and there's always going to be that 100%. Barrier. But I'm really happy that they worked really hard to teach me the language, grow up with the food, and show the good qualities about the culture. And I feel like it's important to hold on to those.
Definitely.
Things.
Shout out to mom and dad.
Yeah, mom and dad did
great
jobs.
Did good jobs. You lit TBH.
You lit TBH.
You TBH. Oh,
Gen Z for sure.
Thanks, Gen Z. I'm so glad that I'm
would say something like that.
But like, I'm relevant to Gen Z.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate.
Because I don't. Some of the stuff just goes straight over my head.
It's like, are you speaking English right now? What language is this?
TBH. Like they abbreviate abbreviations.
Oh yeah. Love this for us.
What do we got next?
Why don't you bring trainers from other gyms except Unit to your podcast?
Ooh.
Well,
that's not even true. Yeah.
Not yet. I mean, I've only had one guest, and it just so happened to be Victoria. Exactly. But she's also, she's a trainer at Unit, but she's also a personal trainer. So she's not just in Unit. She goes to other gyms as well. Yeah. And it just so happens, I mean, that was just my first and only guest. But season 2,
stay tuned.
There will be so many
Maybe they're referring to me. Hey, I'm not a guest here.
He's the producer.
I'm the producer.
He's permanent.
I'm not a guest.
No, he's the voice in my head. Like this is a higher power here. Okay.
But I feel like we've never limited ourselves to who we have on. I think anyone you find interesting.
Exactly. And if you are wanting to come and be on this podcast, for sure, of course.
Email the director.
Got to get through him first. He's the screening process before you come on this show.
There's a specific criteria that we require.
Ooh. All right.
All inquiries, please email.
We'll link the email on the bottom. Do you hate anyone?
Ooh. Hate.
It's a strong word.
Hate is a strong word.
I don't like that word. It's
too strong.
It's too strong, and there's too much energy put into hating someone. Yeah. And I don't want to put my energy there. No, genuinely, I can answer this question without thinking twice. I don't hate anyone. I definitely have categorized people into their roles in my life. So we might have been close at one point, but now you're a little further away. But that's just because, we're not vibing, we're not clicking, you're not adding any value to
Doesn't
my
mean
life.
you hate them.
But I don't hate you.
No.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
I hope wherever you are, you're thriving and, growing and glowing and whatever you're doing over there. But I don't wish ill upon anyone.
Just doesn't need to be at my table.
You're just not on my table.
Do good,
yeah.
but just do good over there.
Exactly.
It's
There's no
almost
seat.
It's almost like they're saying holding on to hate's like holding on to hot coal. It's only going to do yourself
You're
damage.
only burning yourself,
exactly.
right?
So the sooner you let it go, the sooner things can just be free.
Exactly. Ooh, this one's actually interesting.
Okay.
Who are the top 5 fitness influencers in Qatar?
Oh.
Easy.
Is it? I have no idea.
Life
Me.
with the Dow,
No.
life with the Dow, life with the Dow, life with the Dow, life with
Keep it
the
up with Khaled.
Keeping up with Khaled's in there too. Yeah, we can hype ourselves up. Listen, you know what? Fitness influencers in Qatar. I will say something about this. I follow some.
Okay.
I do. And there is a certain aesthetic, a certain thing that this community likes. And I don't think it's very wholesome. It's very much 6-pack chiseled, slamming protein shakes. Yeah. I'm in the gym bodybuilding.
Very unrealistic.
It's
right?
very focused on that one aspect of fitness. It's very through a peephole, and fitness is broad.
It's holistic.
It's not about just the outside. It's the inside too. And many of these fitness influencers will show their big lifts, their competitions winning, blah, 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 blah. But where's your struggle?
Yeah.
I want to see that.
How do you resonate with people?
Because now you're here, you're there.
You created someone on a pedestal.
And I can't relate to that, and I can't attain that probably because I don't know what you're doing.
Probably some juju.
We said it. We said what we said. But so this is what I'm beginning to see as the fitness influencers in Qatar. It's very much, hey, I'm about to hit a workout, and that's all we see.
Yeah.
I like what I want to see more of in the fitness industry here in Qatar, especially with the fitness influencers, is inside work.
Yeah.
The days you don't want to go to the gym and be authentic about it. Don't just say it because you're hearing all these other podcasts talking about it. Like the day that it's just like, I really did not feel like going to the gym, but I did it anyways. I'm on this journey. I'm trying to figure out what I like. I'm trying to figure out who I am. I'm a work in progress. I'm not a finished product.
This is my day off.
This is my day off for once.
I'm just going to eat whatever I want today. And just whatever.
Without being guilty about it.
Happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, have a good relationship.
So I have a very mixed feeling about the fitness industry in Qatar right now, and I see a lot of people trying, which I like.
Yeah.
And it's gonna figure itself out. I'm sure it just takes time, but more authenticity is what I would like.
To say, authenticity and more of a holistic approach.
Exactly.
To fitness and being a lifestyle.
Yes.
Not being this unattainable thing that everybody is trying to achieve, but in the back of their mind, they're like, I'm never going to get to this.
Yeah.
Something that's achievable for everyone, that everyone can resonate with.
Exactly.
And be a nice person.
Exactly.
Be a good person, man.
Just because someone's doing it differently than you doesn't make them more or less more of an influencer than you are. Each influencer influences in a certain way. And I want to give a little credit right now to micro influencers. Okay. Yeah. I don't think because I am a micro influencer, get enough credit for one thing. When you are a huge influencer I'm talking about 1 million followers, like we're talking about huge numbers, okay? That's amazing. I love that. But also, you are no longer reachable. If I'm going to go ask you a question, I'm definitely not getting an answer. You're
speaking to the production team.
Basically. I want to shout out all the micro influencers, the ones who really take the time to respond authentically to questions. Yeah. To just, even if you double tap and have a heart as a response, you've responded to this person. We don't give ourselves enough credit. All we're looking at is like, when am I going to get to 10K? When am I going to get to 20K, 100K, 200K? Forget the numbers. If you're touching people, and people are being inspired by you on the daily.
One person.
That's all I need. Everyone's like, why do you do this? I honestly, for these DMs that I get on the daily, that's like, Adele, We love what you're doing. Keep at it. Like, you're inspiring. This is all I need. If it's one person, 1,000 people, or 2,000, I don't care. That's not my value. So keep doing it. Don't get discouraged just because you don't have that reach or that following. If people are resonating with you, you're doing something right. Yeah. If people are feeling like you're authentic, you're doing something right. So do it. Keep on doing it. Don't stop. Do not stop. So
Definitely.
That's my little, definitely.
Agreed.
Are you close with your parents?
Ooh. Hitting the real deep loaded questions.
That is really deep.
Yeah.
And listen, I grew up in a very Lebanese culture-oriented family, okay? I didn't have this relationship where I'm like, I'm going to tell my parents all my problems and I'm going to tell them all my opinions. It's a culture thing, okay? My parents, bless them, did the best that they could do with me, right? But I couldn't just be like my white friends that are like bringing boys home or bringing like a group of friends that they don't know about. No, like I had a different relationship with my parents because it was always about what will people say about us as parents. Not even about me. It was just more about their reputation that they had to protect. And I get that. But I didn't make this strong connection where I'm like, oh, I have a problem, I'm going to go to my parents. It's like I have a problem, I can't tell them because they're going to kill me. So I quickly learned that this is who they are. And you know what? Time waits for no one. And my parents are getting older and I only get to see them once a year. So I'm at this place where I've matured and I'm just like, girl, go have fun. Go enjoy your time with them. Don't be arguing over things that they're not going to see. You know, they're not going to see eye to eye with you. Okay. Like just cut your losses. And these are who they are. Love them. And this is where
for what it is.
For what it is.
Spend quality time.
I love and respect them. And this is, and this will never change. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, this is the relationship I have. And of course, with, you know, distance, physical distance, I mean, it's obvious they're not going to know my day to day. And I'm not going to know their day to day, but we are there. I will be there for them in a heartbeat. Yeah. They need me. I will drop everything and be there for them. That's like without a question. So am I close to my parents? Yes. This is what I consider being close. I will do, it's not like I'm not on talking terms with them. I can't imagine a day where that would ever happen. And I love and respect them. And I will treasure the memories that I make with them every time I get to see them. Maturity. She's grown. She's growing up. So yeah, no, I'm very grateful for that. This one's actually very interesting.
Okay.
Your worst personality characteristic.
Oh.
We're holding that mirror up.
Yeah. I mean.
My worst personality characteristic.
Loaded question.
That is a loaded question.
Great questions, guys.
Very good question, actually. Wow, you guys came through for your girl. But this one's loaded. Do you know yours?
I would say I'm ultra critical.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I spoke about this on my last podcast.
He did.
I am ultra critical, but most of all, of myself.
Okay.
And there are two ways to go about this, because sometimes it can hamstring you and it can actually, you know, not benefit you in anything that you do. But if you have a good gauge on it, it can actually propel you forwards, because it's important to be critical, but not on yourself and on others. So there's a level, and you sort of have to gauge that depending on the situation.
Yeah.
But I feel like for a long time, I was ultra critical on myself because, and not to blame them, but that's how I was raised. And in a way, it taught me discipline. It taught me to do things properly the first time, and it taught me to really recollect my thoughts and think about the things that I'm doing because they're important. And I think that made me an ultra critical person. But then as I grew up and started to mature and started to get into relationships with people and realized that you can't be ultra critical on everyone, and you have to consider everything before you are critical about things. And I think that's what changed my perspective on things, that allowed me to be more of a critical person in the right circumstance. So,
fair.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to more, Keeping Up with Khaled.
There you go, the plug.
Keeping Up with Khaled. fire content on that podcast. So mine.
Yeah. I bought you some time.
Yes. Something that I really want to work on. My lack of boundaries.
Yeah, drawing boundaries. That's definitely.
And my fear of drawing boundaries because I might lose someone. Like something happens that I'm not comfortable with, and I'm like, should I just let it go and just keep the peace, or should I talk about
Draw
it?
a line.
But I want to talk about it in a productive way. But I don't know how they're going to take this, and I might lose this person. So that is something that I need to really
it's a
work
fine line too.
Yes,
it's a fine line.
Yes, and I want to have these clear-cut boundaries with the people that I care about. And obviously the people that I care about, I would feel comfortable speaking to, especially when someone's like new in my life. These boundaries is just, I worry. I'm scared. I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to stop talking to me. I don't want you, this is something I really want to work on. This is definitely a project that I want to work on. And it does also come from, of course,
We've been conditioned, right?
We have been conditioned to people please. Like as culture,
And it's so satisfying sometimes.
It is.
To see people happy. You always want to make people happy.
Exactly. But at the same time, am I making myself happy?
Yeah.
I forget about this person.
At what expense?
Who's also a human and needs certain things in her life. And it's like, I need to be happy too. So drawing, my lack of boundaries sometimes it gets me into trouble. So I need to work on that. I like that. I really like that one. Oh, friends you make at work and they're red flags.
Oh my God.
What? He dropped his phone on this one. Whoa. What?
Can you repeat the question?
Friends you make at work and they're red flags. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can I just start with an opener that the people that you work with don't need to be your friends?
That's a good one.
Let's start with there, okay? But let's say you do choose to make friends at work. Be wary.
Yeah.
These people can make or break your career. All right. You're bringing them into now your private life, your personal life. You're going to be talking maybe shit about your boss, okay, on these nights out. You know how easy it is for them to go one day, turn this whole script around and tell your boss and ruin you as a person. Okay. So I'm very wary when it comes to friendships at work.
Yeah. I think that going back to what you just answered, drawing boundaries and creating a good disparity between your professional life and your personal life.
But what would be a red flag for you?
A red flag. Someone who tells me everyone else's secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I know.
Just like definitely never telling you anything. 100%. 100%. Yeah, that's a good one. Let me see. Someone. I like that one, actually.
Yeah.
But someone who's just lazy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like throwing all the work on you and doesn't have your back.
Yeah.
Like you're up on a
They'll
wall.
sell you.
They'll
sell you
easy. And
for their own, like, or either their own gain or to look better, but they'll sell you out.
Exactly. So
let's stand up for you.
Let's just be wary about friends at work.
Damn, great question.
That is a really good question. And then, that was good. I like that. The fine line between loving to work out and being obsessive, how do you spot it?
Ooh, we've had a few of these.
Yes, and
I touched on it.
On the body image podcast that we did together, I just feel like if you are healthy and you are focusing on your health more than obsessing over the results.
Yes, the numbers.
Yeah, the process over progress. Yes. I think this is what we're going to really hone in on. Enjoy the process. Yeah. Are you in a place where you look forward to going to work out? You're in the right place.
Exactly.
Do you feel good after your workout? You're in the right place. Yeah. Once you start being like, oh my God, I'm not losing weight. Oh my God, I don't have a 6-pack yet. Oh my God, I'm gaining weight. Blah blah blah. I'm just like, this is an unhealthy.
Ask yourself, do you still enjoy it? Do you still love it? Do you still look forward to it?
Exactly.
If that's the case, then yes. If you're starting to dread it,
no,
and you're creating a negative relationship with it, then I think that you need to
evaluate
your relationship with your training.
Definitely.
Listen to Adele's podcast about body image.
And speaking about that, it says love your podcast. Oh, the green heart for the matcha, I'm sure. Thank you. You need that sometimes. You do need that sometimes. So, and then there's the follow-up question of working out during your holiday. And yes, I am actually traveling.
You are.
Very soon, actually in 10 days. And I will be going to Los Angeles for a month and a half. So I am in a place where I need to be training. So I've already called up the CrossFit gym, made sure that they know I'm coming, asked them about their programming, asked them about the gym space, making sure that I can do open gym, because I do have competitions coming up that I need to continuously train for. So that is the circumstance that I am in. But if you want to just go and just disconnect from the gym for a little bit, by all means, go and disconnect. Go on a hike. Go for a swim. Go do something physical that you probably wouldn't be able to do in the place where you live. Have an experience. Dive, snorkel, take amazing walks down paths that you don't know where they lead you to. You're getting your steps in. You're going out. You're seeing new things. Don't be so hung up on
I need to be in the gym.
I need to
to lift the weights.
Especially if it's only for a week.
Yeah.
It's a 1 week trip to, I don't know, Europe. Go enjoy your trip to Europe. Yeah. Enjoy it.
And you'll do the physical activities
you will.
Within you. Like, I'm that type of person that I can't just go and sit by a pool at a hotel. Like, I'll do it for a couple of hours and be like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing?
What's next?
Yeah, let's go do something physical. Let's go on a trek. Let's go on a drive. Let's go see some scenery. Let's do something, and it often involves something physical. So I, again, enjoy training.
Exactly.
So, if there is something where a day where I know that I'm not going to be doing something physical, I would go and work out, because I feel like it's just a bit of therapy, gets me in a good mood.
It's part of your lifestyle, right?
It's indented in my lifestyle. So that's the difference. It's not something that, again, going back to the other question that
I'm obsessive over.
If I don't do it, I'm going to lose my gains and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. So last two questions that I had that I really, really like is, what was the highlight of season 1?
Ooh, 9 episodes in.
And we're 9 episodes in.
Damn.
My highlight has been working with you.
Oh,
I genuinely look forward to filming days. It's just one of those
Fridays.
days.
I revealed it.
It's okay. It's okay. Now you know.
Everyone knows.
But it's just, I genuinely enjoy just having just someone I could bounce ideas off of. It feels natural. It feels so, easygoing, and it's just been fun. So that's been the highlight of this whole process.
So
has been being able to get to know you even on this podcast, So getting to know each other.
People don't know that there's a lot of times that we sit and have conversations without the mic. And actually, sometimes they're like, wow, this would be great on mic, right?
Exactly.
But it's just us being ourselves.
Exactly.
So I think I really appreciate it.
So that's been my highlight for this one. And also the accidental new disease that we created called the Ferrari syndrome. And just that raw moment of us crying from laughter. That's us. Like, that was us captured in a moment. So that was the highlight for me. What about you?
Again, I have to say, it's definitely been seeing you grow from day one, from when we started growing and glowing. I mean, even before we started the first podcast, when we were just like meeting up and I was talking you through the things, and we were just seeing how things work and how we were going to do it. And I think seeing you grow and having that proud father moment and just feeling like, wow, now looking at you, your confidence has grown, the way you present yourself has grown. The interactions that you get, and it's almost like, just this proud father moment. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the time that we spent together. And again, we grew together.
We did.
And our relationship grew together because
really
now we
did.
know each other so much
Exactly.
better. And I think that's my highlight. And I look forward to making many, many more.
Yes. And which goes into the last question, actually. It's like, what's coming up? So
what's coming up?
Is there going to be a season 2?
Ooh,
of course.
With a boom.
There is. With a boom. Of course there is. Of course there's going to be a season 2. And I just need to take some time off. As creators, I genuinely believe we need a break. We need a break so that we can actually find more content instead of having like this timeline where I'm like, oh, I need to find content, Now it's just going to happen organically. I'm going to find so much content. Things are going to just happen. And I have like my little notes on my iPhone because that's what Khalid told me to do.
She's taking notes.
I'm a little grasshopper.
Literally.
And I just will write them down and I'll come back inspired and ready just for a new, fresh start. Also, because of the amazing feedback I've been getting from all of you, my Grow and Glow tribe is what I love to call you guys. I have so many projects in the works that you're going to be seeing snippets of throughout my summer. You can follow me on my Instagram and now my TikTok. I actually created a TikTok. I'm on the tick to the talk. And it's the same one, Life with Adele, same username. And that's where I'm going to be sharing my day-to-day, my content in LA, like what I'm doing on the daily, because that's what I love to share with all of you, but also what's to come, because I have big things happening for season 2.
Amazing.
It's going to be out of this world. I'm so excited. It's already in the works and I can't wait to share these little hype moments. I'm going to be hyping you guys up all summer. You're going to be like, what is happening?
What's going to happen?
Yes. So I think at the end of this season finale, I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this journey with me, for the comments, for taking the time to listen to these podcasts, commenting, sharing, just spreading it around.
So all the support.
Just the support and the feedback, because I've had people come to me and it's like, this, you could do this a little better. And I appreciate that. I love constructive criticism.
Definitely.
And I look forward to the next season together. I can't wait to keep growing and glowing with all of you. And until then, I'm going to leave you with a lot of peace, a lot of love. Keep growing and growing, fam. Peace.
Peace.